Alrighty, welcome to another 4-on-4 cube draft. No BK this time, but he'll be back. And we've got myself, Four Legs, Four Bane, Anton here, who this time we're on the same team. Have battled against him many times. A skilled drafter, updraft elemental, a skilled updrafter, and of course, Team J-Bro, the aggro cuber himself, battling against PT champion Tom Martell, famed foodie Talisker of the Hot Wing Challenges, the real LSV, Luis Salvato, and Billy the Kitty, who I don't know a whole lot about, but I am passing to them. What am I going to first pick here? Well, there's Marsh Flats and Prismatic Vista. There's Lightning Bolt, and there's Urza. I haven't Urza'd in a while. I'm going to take Urza. Salvato likes his green combo decks, but he has a wide range. He can draft Reanimator. He can draft Storm. He can draft Mono White. That's the last time I played Salvato, who beat me with Mono White. I'm going to pass two fetches, a Bolt, a Noble, a Deep Cavern Bat. You know what? And I'm going to take Urza and see where this goes. Oh, where this goes is probably a Lion's Eye Diamond. I so rarely am in position to take that. And after first picking Urza, feeling pretty good about Lion's Eye. Passing an Archon of Cruelty and a Copter and a Chain Lightning, a Cradle, an Ancient Tomb. I mean, this is a strong pack. But I'm pretty happy taking LED here. I think LED is a very strong card. It goes well with Urza. And you know, I'll have to keep in mind that we passed some Reanimator stuff, but Salvato probably also thinks I'm going to take like Archon or maybe Chain Lightning. I don't know. He probably doesn't put me on Lion's Eye, but I guess you never know. And this is the kind of start I like. Let's get some draw sevens. Let's obviously get Retrofitter Academy. These are all the cards that I'd be looking for, but I haven't drafted like a combo deck in a bit, so I would like to have the opening to do that. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, probably not going to get anything too exciting back, but we'll have to see. And then this pack has, I can't take the Candelabra here. I'm not that far gone. I'm going to take Counterspell though. Counterspell is an awesome card. Passing an Atali and an Exhume to go along with that Archon. Also a Sneak Attack, but I like Force of Negation as well, but I think Counterspell's better. Just 2 mana counter anything is just so good. All right, we'll take that, pass a bunch of combo cards, and let's see. Can we get this Candelabra back? Let's see. 1, 2, 3. I think Bobble, Force, and Sneak are definitely going. Atali's definitely going. Exhume, that's 5. So I just need someone to take Ulvenwald Oddity, Reckless Stormseeker, Leovold, Bayou, just like 2 of those, maybe even a Timeless Dragon. Yeah, that all seems very doable. This pack has a Duress and a bunch of nonsense. There's also a Dark Confidant. There is a Nettle Cyst, but it's way too early to take that. There's also a Grist is a strong card. Bray's Apprentice is okay, but I don't want to take it that early. I think I'll just take Duress. It's just the best card in the pack. Pass some Reanimator stuff, so taking Duress is nice to kind of stop that. And then there's a chance Nettle Cyst comes back, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. But I just don't think I should take such a weak card over such a stronger card in a team draft, you know, based on where we're at. All right, I will take Saheeli, though. Saheeli's great with Urza, generates a lot of mana. Maybe Mitch's Research Desk, if we're lucky, will come back, though that one doesn't usually. And there's no good Reanimate cards in this pack, which is nice. There's Seething Song and Simian Spirit Guide for sneak attack decks, but I'm not too concerned about that. Ooh, and there's a Sword of the Meek here. Kind of like taking Sword of the Meek this early because Thopter Foundry Urza is infinite. You get to make infinite Thopters and gain infinite life because every new one taps for mana. You just keep tapping the sword for mana, sacking it, and so on and so forth. Passing a Ashen Rider and a Badlands. All right, I'm willing to take that gamble here. The LED so far hasn't looked amazing, but LED Saheeli is pretty good. You play Saheeli, you play LED, you get a 1/1, and then later, depending on what you have to spend your mana on, Saheeli can make copies of LED, and you can like cast cards out of your graveyard if you have like a cards that can help you do that, or you know, flashback cards. It can generate a lot of mana. It just is a little hard to use that mana. Though Urza is also a mana sink there. Ooh, and now there's a Cryptic Coat. I actually really like this card. 3 mana, 3/2 ward. It's an artifact. You can bounce it and replay it with Urza, and it's just like a pretty strong card. Over Thought Scour, a Talisman, and like a Zagoth Triumph. And then this pack has Spell Queller and K-Command. There's Tough Cookie. And there's Asika's Chariot. I kind of like Asika's Chariot here. I'm not too worried about whether I play the Duress or not. I don't care too much about passing like a K command. And Chariot makes a lot of creatures. If we get that guy's Cradle back, I will be thrilled. I like Chariot a little more than Tough Cookie. It's a little more expensive, but it puts a lot onto the board, which I really do like. Okay, so this is Solid first 8. We'll see what we get back. Okay, Zuranorb and Basalt Monolith have come back. I'm not going to take any of the other cards. It is a late Deep Cavern. So Basalt Monolith has a couple ways to go infinite. Zuranorb. For Zuranorb to be good, I would either really need to go hard on artifacts, which I'm trying to do, but you have to go you have to have Academy, you have to have everything that you really just want to zero. I think Basalt Monolith, especially since now there's Forensic Gadgeteer in the cube, there's 3 different cards that make infinite mana with Basalt Monolith. There's Forensic Gadgeteer, Kinnan, and Zerda. And of the 3, the Gadgeteer would actually be the easiest for me to cast, though Kinnan actually looks decent because I've got this Chariot waiting in the wings here. I've got 1 green card, 1 black card, and the rest are all nice and blue. So we'll see how that goes. If that guy is Cradle Wield, I'd be pretty happy, though I don't think that's super likely to occur. Oh wow, Hex Drinker came back, but Cradle didn't. That's interesting. I'll probably take the Hex Drinker. I think Hex Drinker is just a really good card. It's the best card in the pack by far. And if I end up blue-green, I'll be happy to just put it in my deck. Crack an LED to level it up to 8. I mean, that actually isn't a crazy play. There's some decks that if you level up Hex Drinker to 8 and it's a 6/6 pro everything, like that's just game. Your opponent can't do much about that. All right, so Exhume Wield, but that's okay. We're going to take Urza's Bauble. It's an easy pick here because Urza's Bauble generates mana with Urza, even has the same name, generates a token with Saheeli, and you can even make Saheeli tokens into Urza's Bauble tokens to sack them to draw a card, which is nice. I think I'll take Urborg. There's a chance I want to play Urborg. I'm not going to play Courser. I guess if I get Tolarian Academy, I could play Elvish Reclaimer, but I think that's pretty narrow, and Urborg is also a strong black card. Like, it's just such a free roll in some black decks, especially if you have like colorless lands or lands that are awkward, like Mana Confluence type stuff. Ooh, free Botanical Sanctum? We'll take that. I don't really want to pass an Urborg, though I don't think this Urborg or Duress I'm that stoked about playing right now. We'll have to see. This is a pretty nice start for a blue-green artifacts deck. Cradle's gone, sadly, but let's see if we can get an Academy. Oh, a blue-green Talisman, yeah. All right, I'll pass you a last pick thing. Oh, I kind of wish I took the Zuranorb now for that Titania. We'll see about Titania, but that would have been nice. All right, what do we got? Oh, Echo of Eons. I've got to take Echo. With LED, Echo's amazing, and I think that Urza decks just want draw 7s. So as much as I like Lotus Petal, Echo's a really strong card and very, very good at Lion's Eye Diamond. So I'll put Titania on the board for now, but I will take this Echo of Eons, passing nothing that good. Deluge, Lotus Petal, Steam Vents, Path to Exile. Fiery Confluence is pretty good. I guess we are passing to Salvado, who's probably playing red, saw like no red cards. So I think we'll do this, and we'll see what comes. Tolarian Academy, obviously number 1 on the list for cards I'd be looking for here, but Thopter Foundry would be really nice. Any of the artifact token makers would be appealing as well. And I think that mostly just mana. Oh, the Candelabra didn't come back, but that I just didn't think I could take a Candelabra like 4th pick or whatever. I don't think that was reasonable. Wouldn't even be good so far. So, oh, and combos with Basalt Monolith, also another thing to look for. So this pack has Fractured and Flooded Strand and Thoughtseize, some great cards. It's got the Forensic Gadgeteer and the Thopter Foundry. And I think what I'm supposed to do is just take Thopter Foundry and try to wheel the Gadgeteer. I think that's the better one. Because especially with like a draw 7, assembling that combo is so sick. It's a 2-card combo that does a lot. So I'm going to take Thopter Foundry, and I'm going to hope to wheel Forensic Gadgeteer, and I feel like that's a pretty good plan. Though Thopter Foundry means I need either white or black mana in my deck, but I can figure that out. Whoa. Well, I like Upheaval, but I like Oko a lot more. Oko is a way to make artifact tokens for Urza. It's also a busted card. Not many decks can play Upheaval, but it's really easy to splash Oko, so I'm going to take Oko, and if I don't get Upheaval back, that's fine. This deck would play Upheaval with Basalt Monolith and Urza in the deck, but is not going to stress about not having it, and Oko is just fantastic. And then here we've got Brain Freeze, which it doesn't actually seem necessary in this deck. I've already got Thopter Sword as a win condition, Oko Chariot, Cryptic Coat, Hex Drinker, so I feel like I'm not taking that. But at that point, what do I take? Like, this rest of the pack is actually kind of bad. There's Thespian Stage if I get Dark Depths. There's a Ramanop, but I have nothing to do with that. Some red, blue, and red-white lands that don't help me. Tanglewire, which I'm probably going to end up cutting from the cube. I mean, I guess I will just take the Brain Freeze, even though I don't think I'm that stoked about playing it. Okay, Exploration I do kind of like. There's also Generous Ent. There's also a Raugrin Triumph will help cast Thopter. Displacer Kitten's pretty good with Basalt Monolith. I've got some zeros. It's good with Chariot, good with Urza. It's actually decent with Cryptic Coat. Yeah, this could actually be a Displacer Kitten deck, and then if we wheel Exploration, which I guess we probably won't, but there's like 5 green cards in the pack. All right, I'm willing to take Displacer Kitten here. I do need a little bit more acceleration. Wow, that's a Tamiyo? There's a Late from the Catacombs and a Watery Grave. I might just take Watery Grave here because it helps cast Thopter Foundry. And if I want Duress. And I don't... I mean, I guess Displacer Kitten Tamiyo Lion's Eye is infinite mana, and Bauble is infinite draws, well, on delay. Yeah, you know what? This actually does look like a Tamiyo deck. I'll take Tamiyo here. And I don't really want most of this, but I think Avacyn's Pilgrim to help cast Thopter Foundry, and just as a cheap ramp card, I have all these 3s and 4s. Yeah, we'll take Avacyn's Pilgrim over Dress Down in Nissa here. Okay, still want that Academy. Ooh, Seed of the Synod or Time Warp. Seed of the Synod doesn't actually combo with Urza. it makes the construct bigger, but Seed obviously taps for blue either way. Nature's Lore doesn't look fantastic. City of Traders looks actually pretty good in this deck, though Time Warp is really strong with a lot of these cards. I think I might just take Time Warp. It's also good with Tamiyo too. Okay, and then Eagles of the North wield sort of Deluge and Cast into the Fire. Would I play Eagles of the North? I have 1 white source off Pilgrim and a white card off Thopter Foundry. So if I get some white X duels, I might, but I think I just take Sir Ginger. A cheap artifact is nice. Oh, wow. Oh, the Thopter, the Forensic Gadget here didn't wheel? Huh. Whatever. Pentad Prism? Pentad Prism looks pretty great here. Just another 2-drop that accelerates me, I think, and it casts off-color cards. I think that's going to be better than Cobra or Haywire Might or Savannah here. All right. I'm kind of surprised the Forensic Gadget here didn't wheel. I guess someone else is drafting artifacts, or... I mean, that has to be it, because I have the Basalt Monolith. It doesn't actually combo with Grim Monolith, so... Let's do that. And really, I like what's going on, except for the fact that I could use some good acceleration. Like, obviously, Academy would be like #1 with a bullet, but even just like a piece of artifact acceleration would be pretty nice. Witness with Displacer Kitten is nice. This looks like it could be a decent Witness deck. I'm not worried about Razor Verge Thicket. I guess I will take Yavi Maya as a double green card that also can make off-color lands tap for green. Don't care about Ramanop, and I don't think this is looking like a Thespian Stage deck. There's also Fiery Islet, but I'm happy enough taking Yavimaya here. And let's see what green card wheels out of this next pack, because there was a bunch of them. Okay, so here's Oracle of Moldiah, Plowunder, and Citadel, and there's legit reasons to draft all of them. You know, I've been burned before, but... do I want Oracle? No. You know what? I'm going to take the Plowunder, because Plowunder, Eternal Witness, Tamiyo can do some pretty gross stuff. I'll probably sideboard the Plowunder against slower decks, but I actually think it could be pretty good. This deck has no 1-drops in the spell slot. That's kind of funny. All right. Going into pack 3, yeah, could use a little bit of mana. That's mainly what I'm looking for. I did pass up on a couple of green-white lands, which would have helped cast Thopter Foundry, but... I feel like the cards I was taking are all pretty good there. Ooh, I'll take a Soul Cauldron. Soul Cauldron with Urza is actually pretty sick. I don't think I really have anything else, though. All right, what do we got? There's a Flash as the best card, which unfortunately I don't really have anything to work with. I guess I'll just first pick Remand. Very disappointing first pick. Oh, this Brain Freeze is not looking good here. Yeah, we'll take Remand, and maybe we'll get a Relic or Mystic Forge back. I don't know. It's just kind of a bad pack. Come on, Salvato. You can ship me an Academy. I'm not drafting artifacts this time. Trust me, it's safe. Whoa. This pack has Time Spiral, Mystic Confluence, Lelia, Strip Mine, Mana Drain, Natural Order, Chromatic Star. Even though there's a Volcanic in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow. This pack is sick. I'm going to take Mana Drain. Mana Drain does solve a lot of my problems in terms of having mana. It's a good disruption card that can also ramp into something. I've already passed on Ramanop and Crucible, so the strip mine's a little less interesting. And I'll probably get a Chromatic Star back. This pack is juiced. Any academies? Any Tolarian academies? No. There's a Grief that I don't like to see. There's a Portal of Phyrexia, which I can't play. Bankbuster. The problem with Bankbuster is I just don't have enough mana to really utilize Bankbuster that well. I kind of want to just take Arcane Denial. Arcane Denial is nice. When you're casting draw 7s and powerful things, the fact that they get an extra couple cards doesn't really matter too much. So I'll just take that. And I have to cut a couple cards too already. I mean, this Sir Ginger looks a little bit mid. I really, really could go for some sort of mana generation engine, but at this point, I think the ship is sailing on Tolarian Academy. My first 3 picks were counterspells. I took Remand, Mana Drain, and Arcane Denial. That's funny. Wow, and a Troxa and a Gristlebrand and a Lurrus. Whatever. I'll just be over here taking my Mishra's Bauble. I'll let the people doing busted stuff just do their thing. Hopefully it's my team. I feel like, look, Mishra's Bauble is going to be very good in this deck. Like, zeros with Displacer Kitten and Saheeli are both awesome. Also with Urza too. Just getting to go Kitten, immediately play a 0, blink your Basalt, and then kind of go chain off from there is pretty nice. But also with Sir Ginger having both baubles, it can kind of get it going. We do have too many cards here, so we'll have to see what turns up. Well, Lorien Revealed at least is just a nice spell land hybrid. I don't care about for Sign of Draco. I'm not going to miss a Waterlogged Grove. I'll just take Lorien Revealed here. And then here, I mean, Gitaxian Probe, for all the same reasons as the baubles being good, it's still good here, but yeah, we're not academying. So now I need to cut some cards. So we're at 13 land right now. I probably need to cut 4. I mean, maybe 3 because Lorien Revealed counts as a land. I mean, I actually kind of like what's going on here. Maybe I'll cut Tamiyo or Witness. No, Tamiyo seems pretty good. I could cut Witness. I could cut Sir Ginger, actually. It does work nicely with the 2 baubles. It feels like my 2 drops are all these counter spells. Oh, there's Kinnan and Zerda. And Sylvan Library and Simic Growth Chamber. Well, I'm not going to take Zerda, but Kinnan, to make it so that Basalt Monolith goes infinite, is pretty nice. I can then with Urza draw or just go through my whole deck. I've also got like a couple other things that can go hard. All right, yeah, I'm in for that. All right, now Sir Ginger almost certainly has to get cut. I could cut the Hex Drinker, honestly. This deck's going kind of big. That might not be the best place to use my mana. I like the Absence Pilgrim for sure. This is 15 lands. I still need to cut 2 cards here. I could maybe try running 16 lands because I have a bunch of cantrips, but I don't know that I want to do that. This is actually looking like a pretty nice Displacer Kitten deck. I have a lot of permanents that are good. Oh. Subtlety and Spell Pierce are both pretty nice, though I think Spell Pierce is probably better. Spell Pierce is a really good card. Thieving Skydiver is also really good. Very good against me, as it turns out, but I think I just want Spell Pierce. And do I have to cut I really don't want to cut Cryptic Coat. I could cut Time Warp, but a lot of my cards work nicely with Time Warp. Oh, I should probably just take Mana Confluence. It's also a nice combo with Yavimaya. Because the Recurring Nightmare of the Natural Order is still here, and the Chromatic Star didn't come back. I could take a green-black tap land because it does help with casting Thopter Foundry. I could also just take Legolas's Quick Reflexes. I feel like there's some matchups where that could be pretty good. And I guess I'll take... I'm not going to play Dig Through Time, so I guess I'll take Grave Titan as probably the best black card. Infernal Grasp is also pretty good. Okay, so still need to cut 3. This is actually going to be pretty tough. I might have to cut one of Witness or Tamiyo. It's kind of hard to justify playing both. Oh, this deck actually would want Cryptic, I think. Yeah, I'll pass a Gristlebrand. All right, maybe I cut Time Warp and Tamiyo. What is interesting. All right, I might run that as well. I have a decent amount of creatures in here. This is gonna be a tough deck to build. I have to cut some pretty good cards, though. Not obviously getting Academy is kind of a killer, but I like the counterspell suite I have. I feel like, all right, this is just so many black cards. I guess I'll pass Unmarked Grave. Oh, this deck probably will run Simic Growth Chamber. I don't know. It seems okay. be a lot better with exploration, of course, but a blue-green big mana deck, I think I'd be interested in that. All right, let's get to deck building. I got some cuts to make here. All right, so let's get... I feel like I could get to... I feel like 16 lands could actually work here with a bunch of cantrips. Like I have Probe, Bauble, all at 0 mana, and I have Pilgrim at 1, and then Talisman Prism at 2. So, let's see. And then, how am I casting Thopter Foundry? I'm casting it off Mana Confluence, Avacyn's Pilgrim, Pentad Prism. I could put an Urborg in the deck. I guess if I'm playing one off-color land for Thopter Foundry, Urborg is actually kind of nice because it makes my Mana Confluence not painful anymore. So, I think that'll be enough. And then... let's see. So if I do like this, I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 blue, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 green, plus the talismans and stuff. That doesn't sound crazy to me. I could maybe cut Arcane Denial, because I picked up a Spell Pierce and a Cryptic, so I'm doing pretty good on counters. And sad as it is, I think I'm supposed to cut Eternal Witness. I do like Witness, and it's good with Displacer Kitten, but I'm also cutting Time Warp. The other option would be to cut Cryptic Coat. Maybe I'm not as good at mana as I was hoping to be, so if I could cut one more card, I could put back in Witness, Time Warp, or honestly, I could just play another land. Like, playing another land seems like it's pretty good here. And this still leaves me with 7 turn 1 green mana sources. Yeah, that is plenty. Okay. I think I like this. I don't know about the Simic Growth Chamber, but I think it's good enough. All right, and we'll put a couple lands in the sideboard just because. All right, well, I think this is a solid deck, and if the counter spells are good, especially if I can bring in like Arcane Denial, then I feel like I'll have a pretty good shot. Plus I've got a nice infinite, 2 infinites here. I've got Kinnan Monolith and then Thopter Sword Urza, or just Thopter Sword is honestly good enough. Oh, as well as Tamiyo Lion's Eye and Displacer Kitten. Okay, I've got some things going on. Let's check out our teammates' deck and let's see how this goes. All right, J-Bro. Of course, the beatdown deck. He's already up a game, actually, with a bunch of good 3-drops like Gut, Lelia, Adeline, a Mox Diamond, a Wasteland, Ancient Tomb, and a bunch of good curve. Classic J-Bros. Updraft has an awesome deck. It's got Time Walk, Splashing of Bowmasters with good mana, Mana Vault, and lots of good assertive white creatures plus counterspells. I really like all that. And then Forbane has four legs, is what I've been told is the translation. Has a solid Jund deck, Splashing Ancestral with a decent amount of mana and some domain cards, so not bad. All right, battling against Tom Martell. I would in fact like to play first, and yeah, I'm going to keep this hand. I guess I'm going to try to slow roll the Bauble because I would like to be able to like Bauble Displacer Kitten, but we'll see if I'm able to do that. If I start missing land drops, of course, I'm not going to be able to. Remand helps a little bit there. So this is where I wish I had a way to turn 3 one of these 4-drops. Unfortunately, do not. I'm going to let the Smuggler's Copter resolve because I'll try to remand whatever comes next. Got a little punished for that, but that's okay. Because obviously getting to Saheeli this turn would have been nice too. But I still think playing a 4-drop is going to be better here. All right, Scrap Heap Scrounger. Yeah, I will remand that. Forest, Scrap Heap Scrounger, Smuggler's Copter, huh? Into Zuranorb and no plays. Interesting. Yeah, let's go Urza here. And see how that goes. Pass the turn, and then next turn, if we draw, even if we don't draw a land, I can just go like Kitten. Oh, there's a tough cookie. We're gonna crew the Copter. So Martell has Academy in his deck. That, I believe, is likely true. Wow, he even gets to discard Scrap Heap Scrounger for massive value? All right, I will take it. I'm at 16. And Urza didn't die, which is nice. So let's actually start with Saheeli, I think. Well, hold on. So if I go Displacer Kitten, I guess I can actually get more mana this way. Let's go Displacer Kitten. Gitaxian Pro... No, actually, hold on. Bauble. And Displacer Kitten the Urza here. And then I can cast Saheeli off of these three. Yeah, this is going to go pretty nicely. Displacer Kitten the Urza again. And then go Probe You, pay the life, Displacer Kitten the Urza again. And we have about 1,000,000 4/4s, and that's game one. Tom had a kind of weak draw, and I had a pretty nice one. Do I want Arcane Denial, Time Warp, Brain Freeze, Witness, Plow Under? I don't think so yet. We'll submit this, and we'll see how this goes. All right, game two here on the draw. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to keep a turn 3 Chariot draw. And Displacer Kittening against Martel is nice because it's like one of his favorite cards. He's cast it a lot more times than anyone else I've seen, and he doesn't do like tons of these drafts, so he has a pretty high hit rate when it comes to putting Displacer Kitten in his deck. Let's see what we draw here. I think the biggest weakness of this deck is having no Moxes, even like Mox Opal or Mox Diamond or Tolarian Academy, means I just don't have that explosive of a draw. That said, having Mana Drain, Counterspell, and Remand means that often if I just go turn 2 counter into my plays, like that's still pretty good. But this deck is just a little on the slow side. And Martel mulliganed to 5 here and played Tronal Workshop Go. Okay. Don't know what's going on over here, but we'll see. No plays turn 2. Wow. Very competitive game we're going to have here. Let's see. Urborg, I definitely will not be playing that one because that would let him tap his workshop for non-artifact mana, so I'm going to slow roll that one as long as I can. Though it is nice to know that I could cast this Thopter Foundry if I needed to. Well, I've drawn 2 lands so far, but he's drawn none, so advantage me, I guess. Oh, Lorien Revealed. That's actually not a bad land, so I'm going to go Chariot here and then just cast Lorien Revealed next turn is kind of my plan. If he doesn't draw a land this turn, I bet he's scooping them up, but we'll see. Oh, Talisman of Hierarchy, Mox Opal, Zeranorb, oh, Mox Ruby. Okay, we're doing it. Martel just had these 2 Moxes in hand, and I guess needed to draw basically any artifact to start doing stuff. So we got ourselves a game because now he's up to 6 mana out of nowhere. And Vindicate the Chariot. All right, I didn't anticipate Vindicate being the next card cast, but here we are. Oh, Saheeli. Let's just do that, actually. Let's go Saheeli into Thopter Foundry. And I don't think I need to make anything into an artifact, but I think just putting more stuff on the board is good, and then next turn I can cast Lorien Revealed, and it'll make a Saheeli token. At some point I can sack this Pentad Prism to the Thopter Foundry, and obviously if I draw Urza, it gets to go pretty hard here. Okay, Tireless Tracker, so he's got no land still. All right, I guess I'll play a land and I'll cast Lorien Revealed here. Making a Saheeli token, drawing 3. Okay, well that's probably good enough, I would imagine. Send with the 2 cats, and I guess pass the turn. Yeah, I don't really have anything to do with Saheeli here. If he attacks with Tracker, I'll probably block with the tokens. Tom's on 1 land on turn 50 million, so that's cool. Land, Lion's Eye. Pretty horrendous draws on Tom's part, not gonna lie. All right, and then I get to go Sword of the Meek, and I've got Cryptic up and 1 land on turn 6. Not going to do it for Tom here. Alrighty, time for round 2. Playing against Salvato, who defeated J-Bro round 1 with his Mana Crypt, kind of like Jeskai ramp deck, has Mana Crypt, Retrofitter Foundry, Fractured Identity, Inferno Titan. I'm not really going to beat Mana Crypt either, so I guess I hope he doesn't have it. This hand looks okay. We've got turn 2 Kinnan. The Simic Growth Chamber looking a little awkward here, not going to lie. But still turn 2 Kinnan, and then maybe if I draw blue, I'll have a counterspell plus a Cryptic up at some point. And I think on the play, this hand is perfectly capable. All right, and Luis here mulliganed to 6, making it even more likely that the Kinnan into counterspells plan is okay. If he opens on Mana Crypt, it's going to be tough. But not much I can do about that besides being on the play with a Spell Pierce. That would be nice. So it is kind of interesting. Do I play Simic Growth Chamber turn 2 or do I play Kinnan? I guess it kind of depends a little bit on what I draw and kind of what he leads on. All right, he's going to lead on Elegant Parlor, Surveilling 1. And keeping the card on top. And there's the Mana Crypt. Okay. Okay. Yep, this is going to be tough. What's he going to choose here? Pentad Prism. Thopter Foundry, huh? Yeah, I actually kind of think I just go Growth Chamber here. Return Island, because I just want to have Counterspell up, next turn. He's obviously going to get to play something good this turn, so it's going to be pretty tough, but what can I do as a Comet or something? Oh, Cursed Scroll. I guess I'm glad I didn't play Kinnan for that reason. All right. Land, and yeah, I guess I'll probe, see what's up here. Upheaval, Seat of the Synod, Golos. Okay, so I'm going to counter the Golos. He's going to get a 1 in 3 chance to nug me for 2, so he'll hit me for 0.67 damage here. End of turn with that Cursed Scroll. And now he can name whatever he wants. It doesn't matter what he names, because I know all the cards in his hand. Do I take the 2 damage here? We'll find out momentarily. Nope, he named not Seat of the Synod, whatever it was. Okay, and definitely going to counterspell Golos here. Don't really have a choice. Okay, counterspell. Going to get hit for another 2, and then I'll have Cryptic up after that. There's the Spell Pierce. Yeah, let's just leave Cryptic up. Playing Kinnan into Cursed Scroll doesn't really make that much sense anyway. See if you can lose some flips here. No. I kind of hope he draws a good spell this turn so I can Cryptic counter and draw. If not, I guess I'll just take 2 and then don't do anything else. It's probably my plan here. Planes go, sure. There's 2 cards in hand. There's another island. All right, pass the turn. I'll take another 2 damage here, maybe. Oh, cycling Raugrin Triumph, and in response, Curse Scrolling me. That's why he's the best. Well played, Salvato, well played. All right, I go to 10, then I go to 8. He's going to draw off the Triumph. And he lost the flip, okay. At some point, I'm going to want to play Kinnan. This Curse Scroll's actually being really annoying because I can't play my Bonder Prodigy here. And, okay, he drew another card to play. Curse Scroll me, sure. Revealing Island. Why did you Curse Scroll now? I don't understand that play, I guess. All right. Draw. Oh, Urborg's kind of nice because now I can cast a Thopter Foundry. Now if I draw Sword, then I can go pretty hard here. Let's see. And he won the flip again, so yeah, he's doing pretty good on those flips. I guess he's two for 2. No, 2 for 3. 2 out of... He's 2 and 3. He's 3 and 2. He's won 3 flips and lost 1. All right. Unfortunately, with an Upheaval in hand, it's pretty brutal to use my Cryptic, but what am I going to do? Yeah, I certainly can't let him resolve this. All right. Counter target spell, draw a card. And right now, he can go Upheaval, let's see, with 2 mana floating. So unfortunately, I can't counter the Upheaval with Spell Pierce, but I will be able to, Tamiyo back something. All right. Oh, Sword of the Meek. Interesting. I'm at 4. How do I do this? There's no real way for me to do this, I don't think. I can Tamiyo back a counterspell. I mean, I think I just... Because I'm at 4. I'm going to go down to 2. Yeah, I don't really have a choice here, so I'm just going to play Sword of the Meek. Play my land. And gain some life off of the sword combo. And now he's going to get to Upheaval, and I'm probably just going to lose to that, but I needed him to draw one fewer good spell, basically. And it didn't work out. Okay. Sack sword. Gain a life. Sack sword, gain a life. Okay. And then I get hit down to 4. So, assuming, it'd be nice if he, no, he doesn't lose any flips. So he can cast Upheaval with 2 floating. I can Spell Pierce it. He pays the 2. Is there a better way to do things? So if I just let, yeah, I guess I just have to Spell Pierce it here. Well, does that even do anything? So if I don't Spell Pierce it, he bounces, he replays Revoker off. Yeah, it doesn't really change anything. So I think I'm just going to gain 3 life here. And just lose to Upheaval. All right, I go to 7. Upheaval happens, he replays his stuff, and then I just need to draw. Avacyn's Pilgrim would, I guess, kind of help. He's going to play Elegant Parlor, milling a Time Spiral, play Revoker, naming Thopter Foundry, and I guess play Mana Crypt and then play the Curse Scroll, or just discard. Discard's actually kind of nice for him because it gets a Curse Scroll. It makes him get into Curse Scroll range sooner. I guess I'm going to go land, discard Simic Growth Chamber for sure. Oh, Pentad Prism is not a terrible draw. So I have to discard 5 cards. Well, Growth Chamber is 1. Forest is another. I think I discard Sword of the Meek, Island, and probably just have to discard Tamiyo here. I don't know. Tamiyo doesn't do a whole lot for me here. Mana Crypt. I don't think Spell Piercing the Mana Crypt there really does anything for me either. And then next turn, I'm probably going to play Pentad Prism. Oh, he didn't play anything. Interesting. Urborg into Pentad Prism. Because now I can keep up Spell Pierce. Oh, it's a Spell Queller. All right, we're done. Yeah, I mean, I just wasn't really beating Upheaval there. Do I want like an Arcane Denial? I don't really even think that that's that good. I'm just not going to beat Eternal and Mana Crypt. I don't know. That's just is what it is. All right. I guess let's fire it off. All right. Well, I'm on the play of this game. And all right, this hand has some nice action. Let's just go land go. So the advantage of casting Probe is I could draw Spell Pierce. I guess I'm going to have to Probe on turn 2 to try to hit my land for Pentad Prism anyway. So it kind of makes sense to me to just lead with Probe, because if I draw Spell Pierce and I can Spell Pierce Eternal and Mana Crypt, obviously that would be a pretty big dub. Otherwise, I'm just going to go Remand into Prism, and then if I draw Displacer Kitten, I can go off with Tamiyo pretty nicely. All right, he mulliganed. His hand is, kind of bad. He's got Eagles of the North as his second land, but no Mana Crypt. And I guess he can play a Grim Monolith or something, but that's not that bad. I would like to draw. I'm just going to wait. I don't really want to run a Pentad Prism for 1 out there. That seems so bad. It's going to cycle Eagles, get a red-white land. Well, I don't know if he has an untapped red-white land. That's kind of interesting. He does not appear to. So he's going to play the Elegant Parlor. He's going to surveil to look for another land. He presumably found it. Land. All right, I'll play a bauble, and I'll bauble you and reveal Dak Faden again. And pass the turn. All right. Well, that's a land, I suppose. And then remand Emery? How much do I care about Emery? I guess I don't really care about Emery. He milled the One Ring, he milled 4 artifacts. Oh, cool. Let's play Pentad Prism. And let's pass the turn here. I have remand up, so I guess I'll just remand whatever his play is. Emery? It's all right. Missing my third land drop there was pretty painful because my deck's already slow and now I'm kind of behind. If I find... I don't even know. What am I looking for here? I mean, I guess Basalt Monolith is kind of interesting. All right, you can play Talisman. Okay. The problem is if I remand the Talisman, he gets to play Grim Monolith. So now we'll remand Dak. Now I've drawn lands, but it's probably too late here. Well, Saheeli's kind of nice. What can I do? He's got Dak. He's got Grim into Upheaval. But that's not like the end of the world. I could Urza here. Yeah, let's start with Urza. And then I think just pass the turn here. I could play Saheeli if I played the LED first, but I don't think that that's all that intriguing. Oh, I guess I could tap those two, play Saheeli, play LED. I just don't want to put a bunch of stuff into play against a Fiery Confluence, really. And I can kind of do all that next turn. Urza is at least big enough that Fiery Confluence doesn't get him. He could Revoker the Urza off of the Emery here. And there's a lot of things he can do. Okay, I'll let a Grim happen. His opening hand has definitely gotten better. Or it's gotten better since his opening hand. So now he's got 6 mana. Alright, he's going to Revoker Urza, I guess. Tap those for mana. So if I draw Displacer Kitten, I guess I don't have enough mana to do anything with that. Revoker's actually causing me some pretty big problems too. I just don't really have a good way to get rid of the Revoker, and it's making my life a little more difficult. I could have remanded the Emery, but didn't really foresee milling 4 artifacts. This looks like a Fiery Confluence, probably blow up my 2 artifacts. Alright, I don't have anything to do with the mana. Oh, I was supposed to cycle Lorien Revealed, I guess, but I just don't really have anything I can do here. I mean, what can I Tamiyo for? He's going to get to play One Ring. Yeah, you know what? He's broken my spirit, I gotta say. We'll move on to round 3. Maybe we'll have a shot then. All right, let's battle Talisker here on the play. All right. Keep this on the play. And Talisker is on like a Grixis-y style deck. Fewer colors than Talisker normally plays. Let's just go Island, Bauble, and pass. Upkeep will Bauble you. See what's up. Chromatic Star, huh? Okay. Steam Vents into Mox into Star. I was wondering why I played the Steam Vents tap, but that obviously makes a lot of sense. All right, let's draw. Get a little action here. Okay, there's a Thopter Foundry. So now I have Thopter Sword kind of ready to go. I don't have the white or black mana to cast the Foundry yet. Preacher of the Schism on 2. All right, well, I'll remand that. into land. All right, cool. Let's just play Sword of the Meek and Simic Growth Chamber. If I draw a way to cast this Thopter Foundry, I'd be pretty happy. Pentad Prism, Urborg, any of those things would be nice. Hope I don't get duressed here. Sinkhole my Simic Growth Chamber? I guess that's how this is going, huh? Well, I will be siding out the Growth Chamber against someone with a Sinkhole in their deck, that's for sure. The funny thing is, like, obviously it could matter depending on what I draw, but it doesn't really matter right now because I haven't drawn a castable yet. Into Scrapwork Mutt. All right. Discarding Simeon's Pure Good. Well, no, it matters now. If I had the Growth Chamber out, I could Cryptic Command here. I'll take my 2, play Preacher, and we'll see what we got. Okay. Oh, Pentad Prism. Okay, I like that. Let's play this for 2. Then play Thopter for 1. Pass the turn, and do I want to sack the sword to make a thing? I don't know. Stomp me down to 16. All right. Well, if he's just trying to beat me with random creatures and can't kill the Thopter sword combo, then this is going to go pretty well for me. I think I'm just going to take it down to 12. I don't really want to kill... Oh, I'm getting Fallen Shinobi'd. I guess blocking the Mutt would have worked out nicely. All right. Let's see what you hit off Shinobi here. Need some misses. Hit Echo of Eons and Urza's Bauble. Oh. I'd be fine with Echo of Eons, honestly. I showed him an island. I don't think he's going to play it, but we'll see. He's going to play or maybe he's going to play but playing Scrapwork Mutt before playing Echo does not seem great. Obviously, it would have worked out a lot better if I'd blocked the Mutt, but I didn't really want to put Mutt in his graveyard to let him cycle and find an answer to the sword, not using a Pentad Prism counter. Honestly, I'm not that worried about Echo of Eons. My hand is just okay. But if he doesn't have an answer to Thopter Sword, he's kind of got to cast it. It is a little awkward that it leaves it in my graveyard, but what's he going to do? He knows I have Island and 3 unknowns. I haven't done a whole lot so far. He can't play Bone Crusher this turn. We'll see. All right, Echo it is. Let's do it. Ooh, this hand has some action. All right, so let's start. Yeah, you get to draw your card. That's fine. Lion's Eye would be awesome to draw, but let's go Island, Basalt Monolith, and then I think just pass the turn, and I'll use a bunch of, I'll make some Thopter blockers here. It's kind of my plan. We'll see what Talascarino has. Dress Down. Okay, he's just cycling this because he wants it to go away. End of turn, which it will. I guess it's good that I didn't go for any sort of Displacer Kitten win there. And I'm going to try to not use the Basalt Monolith here, so I'll let him attack. All right, let's Thopter Foundry, sacking Sword of the Meek. He draws his 20 million cards in hand. All right, I'll just block the Fallen Shinobi. I'll take 2. Don't really care too much about that. And let's just hope he can't kill the combo, because next turn... He's got to pay the life on Blood Crypt, right? Yeah. I mean, if I draw lines, I just go off. Oh, what is this that costs 1 million mana? Mirror Battlesphere? Oh, Itali? I probably can beat an Itali here. We'll see what it hits, of course. All right, Fable of the Mirror Breaker and Asika's Chariot. Okay, yeah, that I think is actually potentially fine. We'll see. It's a lot of stuff. We'll see how good this Displacer Kitten ends up doing here. A cheap spell. Any of my zeros would be really good to draw here, because I have enough mana. Let's see. So I have enough mana. I have 4, 5, 8, 9 mana. So what I can do is I can go Displacer Kitten, cast Tamiyo, like this. And then I can cast Tamiyo and untap Basalt Monolith. I guess actually at that point I should just play the Urborg first. And then the Displacer Kitten is going to untap the Basalt Monolith. And then I think I plus Tamiyo to look for Lion's Eye Diamond. If I hit Lion's Eye Diamond, obviously that's just the nuts. Oh, there we go. Then I go Displacer Kitten, blink Tamiyo. Sack this for blue. Get back LED, blink Tamiyo. And now I have infinite mana, infinite Thopters. And that'll do it. Whew. All right, Displacer Kitten got me out of quite the sticky situation there. Let's get this Simic Growth Chamber so far out of the deck to never be seen again. Arcane Denial, Plow Under, Spell Pierce. Spell Pierce actually didn't look amazing. I think I'll try Arcane Denial instead. All right, let's do it on the draw here. That was a nice one though. The Basalt Monolith into Displacer Kitten, Tamiyo, hit the LED. So even if I missed on LED, I would have had a pretty nice out, which was cast Echo Vions and flicker the Tamiyo, and then yeah, we'll see where we would have gone from there. Any zero lets us go pretty hard. All right, Taliscar's Mulliganing. I'm going to keep this hand. It's not a great hand, but I mean, I think this deck is just okay. Taliscar Mold to 4. All right, well, that's not a lot of cards. Let's play the Bauble here. I think I'm going to want to use the Bauble. Not quite yet because I don't have any 1-drops to cast, but end of turn I'll probably use it. Weeding Sinkhold? Oh, Scrapwork Mudded. All right, what are you drawing? You're drawing a Thief of Sanity. Well, I guess I'm glad I used the Bauble here because I need to find a counterspell to Thief. Thief is the kind of card that can bring you back right quick. I didn't, but I'll play Sword. Now if I draw a way to cast this Sword or this Thopter Foundry, I'll be fine. Oh, he can't cast Thief. He discarded his 3rd land to try to find some gas. All right. Well, I still don't have anything to cast. If he draws a land, it's going to be tough. Okay, if he doesn't... Oh, it looks like we have another turn of reprieve here. I don't have anything I can do, though. Even Tamiyo's not that great here. Okay, unfortunately now he's got Thief in play. Well, what I can do is I can go Tamiyo +1, maybe? Oh, he's tinkering. Okay, what are we tinkering for? A Battle Ball? Oh, a Blightsteel. Jeez. All right. I guess I'll play Displacer Kitten and try to block the Blightsteel. He's got Thief and 1 other card in hand. And that buys me a turn to maybe find something. No, it looks so, yeah. All right. I guess I'm not dead. All right. Any cryptic commands? Any cryptic commands? No, now I can play the Thopter, but I'm actually losing to the Moldifor. Well, all right. Yeah, that'll do it. I still don't really think I want Spell Pierce. I guess Tinker makes it pretty likely to want it. I have all these counter spells though. And bounce spells. I have Oko. Yeah, I have a lot of ways to deal with that. He has so many creatures in his deck. I don't want Spell Pierce. All right, I'm on the play here. Okay. Turn 3 Chariot. And if I draw an LED, I can fire off an Echo of Eons as well. Guess that's solid. Talisker kept the full 7. Uh-oh, and a turn 1 play. Don't like that. Chromatic Star's not so bad, I suppose. Island into Talisman. Into Sika's Chariot next turn is the plan. Dark Confidant. Well, that one's good, but Asika's Chariot is a pretty beefy threat here. So Chariot, we'll see what Bob reveals. Hopefully it's something big. A Bone Crusher. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. I probably want to remand the Bone Crusher if that's what he goes for. Oh, he's just going to go for Reginald. All right, Reginald is big. Let's draw. Ooh, Basalt Monolith. That was a good draw. So now I can go Basalt Monolith and leave up all my stuff. He gets to draw an extra card and then discard a card. I guess you stack it. Oh, I actually usually want to stack it the other way, but it doesn't matter too much if you already know what you want to discard here. Discard Thief, reveal Itali. No, Chain Lightning. I mean, Chain Lightning is pretty good. I guess I'll crew the Chariot. Seems fine. And then get Chain Lightninged. Into Skull Clamp? Sure, I don't care about that too much. If he wants to Skull Clamp Bob, that's fine, because I'm probably casting Echo of Eons this next turn. All right, I'll take 7. Yeah, I'll take 7. That's fine. Because if I draw a Displacer Kitten or something, it goes a lot better. Oh, Saheeli. How much mana do I have? I have 8 mana. I can Saheeli and I can turn Asika's Chariot. Is there a way to do this? Because I would like to get... It'd be nice if I could get some more stuff into play. So let's see. If I cast Saheeli and I turn Asika's Chariot... Oh, maybe if I float mana. So I go blue, Basalt, and then turn, and I have 2 mana floating. And then I turn Asika's Chariot into a Talisman. Yeah, I guess that works. Basically, I get to get both my Planeswalkers in play and still have although I guess it doesn't matter that much. And I still will have Remand up. And then I'm just going to +1 this. I'll name Lion's Eye again. Lion's Eye Diamond. And I milled 3 land and a Sword of the Meek. All right. And then pass, no attacks, leave up Remand. Regisaur gets to discard, but now I've got Remand up for whatever Taliscar's play is this turn. Discards from the Catacombs. Sure, you can always just flash that back. I get to chump. And then next turn, I'll have the mana to cast, because I can always copy a Basalt Monolith as well. You attack me, you can attack, it doesn't matter who you attack. I think I'll block with the Servo, that's fine. There's some interest in blocking with the cat because Saheeli can't interact with the cat, but I don't think that's what I want to do. No, we'll Remand you. And make a token. Oh, yeah, sure, I'll put Sword of the Meek onto the token. I really didn't anticipate that coming. Oh, a mana drain. I mean, I guess I can wait. I don't really need to cast this Echo. Oh, and I drew Urza? Well, that's just game, I would imagine. Do I want to get back Remand? I actually don't really. I think I'm just going to +1, and I'm going to name Lion's Eye Diamond again. Because if I hit that, then we're going hard. I milled the Displacer Kitten, but that I can get back next turn. Play Urza, make a token. Yeah, I think we got this locked up. We're going to pull out the 2-1. Barring Talisker have something pretty good, because I have now Mana Drain mana up, and Urza's going to make me like a 6/6. Yeah. Well, let's not even send. It's fine. We don't need to rush in. Fools rush in, as they say. So now I've got Mana Drain. I guess maybe I should have actually sent with the Chariot, probably. Yeah, Fallen Shinobi, that's not getting in there. We're chumping with the cat token now, because that doesn't even tap for mana. Okay, cat down, and you can from the Catacombs if you want. I'm going to probably Mana Drain this, whatever this is. Duretti? Yeah, we'll Mana Drain Duretti. And then make a token, and then end of turn I can even untap Basalt Monolith, and then cast a massive Echo of Eons. Though actually, it's probably not even going to come to that, because I'm just going to minus Tamiyo and get back the Displacer Kitten. All right, and boom, a clean little 2-1. Salvato's deck, he broke my spirit. His deck was a lot faster and stronger, but for not having really any acceleration, I kind of liked some of the stuff this deck had going. I think the strongest component, honestly, was just 3 really good 2-mana counters plus Spell Pierce, and then some good 4s like Urza, Chariot, Tamiyo, Displacer Kitten all worked really nicely together. The Basalt Monolith pick worked out pretty well, I think. Sword Thopter was decent, even if the mana was a little awkward in casting the Thopter Foundry. And I had a bunch of good zeros, so this was a solid deck. It was missing some elements to make it broken, but I'm really happy getting a 2-1, and that'll give my team a pretty good shot at winning here. As always, thanks for watching. I appreciate you hanging out, especially as I draft Academy-less Academy decks. But that'll do it for today. I'll be back tomorrow, and I hope to see you there. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It helps out the channel, and you won't miss a single draft.